Welcome back to the channel. I'm Joey Blanco with RWB Realty Group, and in today's video, we are going to be talking about closing cost. And so I know this isn't a subject that get people excited and eager to watch a video on this, but I think it's important. I think it's important, especially if you're a first-time home buyer, to know exactly where your money's going. So just real quick, let's just jump right into it so we can get this over with and on to the next video. Okay, so we're going to be talking about an FHA loan, and our home buyer is going to be purchasing a home for $150,000. Now, I'm not going to read all of this on the slide because you probably already read ahead, but I'll just go real quickly down the line. So the home price is $150,000. We're bringing a down payment of 3.5%, and the loan's at 6.5%. Now, you could see that we've got MIP, and you may be wondering what that is. Well, that's your mortgage insurance premium. If you bring less than a 20% down payment on the amount that you're going to borrow, then you'll need to pay mortgage insurance. And so I've talked about mortgage insurance in other videos, but basically mortgage insurance protects the lenders against you defaulting on that loan. It does not protect you, even though you're the one paying for it. It protects the lender. So in this example, we've got a mortgage insurance premium, and your total loan is going to be $147,283.13. Now let's jump down to monthly payment info. That's all self-explanatory. You've got your principal and interest, you've got your homeowner's insurance, property tax, and then there it is broken down into a monthly payment, the mortgage insurance premium. If you see that on another loan, it could say PMI. PMI is associated with a conventional loan. Since this is an FHA loan, then it is MIP. Okay, so we're going to jump over to the upper right-hand quadrant, and we're going to talk about prepaids. Now, prepaids are basically, well, exactly what it is. You are prepaying your homeowner's insurance. You are prepaying your property tax and 30 days of interest in this example. So you're going to have to bring to closing $3643.73 just for your prepaids. Now, we go to this bottom right quadrant, and here it is, closing cost. So this is everything together that you're going to need to bring so we could figure out how much you're going to have to bring to the table for closing. So you could see we've got fixed cost and we got prepaid cost. So fixed costs, we're going to talk about that in the next slide, but your prepaids are up here in the upper right-hand quadrant for a total amount of $6,370.58 for your closing cost. Now, you add in the down payment that you have to bring, and that's $52.50 plus when you made the offer, you put down earnest money. Typically, it's 1%. And so on a $150,000 loan, we're talking about $1,500. So they apply that towards your what you're going to bring to closing. And so your total that you're bringing to closing is $10,120. Okay? $10,120.58 to be exact. Now let's go to the next slide to see about the fixed cost. And this is where people tend to be confused and don't quite understand. So these fees are associated with, well, let's just say these fees on the left-hand side are associated with the title company to process your loan. So you're going to get a title policy, you're going to get settlement fees, closing fees, closing protection letter, final title report, your title exam, your mortgage certificate. These are all documents and services that the title company will provide. And at the end of the day, on our $150,000 loan, we're talking about $1,487.05. Let's round up, right under $1,500 in fees. Now, some of these fees, your title policy is your title insurance, and the title insurance is very important. If there's a lien on the property and you did not have title insurance, a couple of years down the road, somebody can come and say, hey, we have a lien on that property. You owe us because Jimbo's Concrete, we poured this driveway and they never paid us. And so we've got a lien on that property and you owe us for that concrete. Well, when the title company did the search, that would have revealed that lien and it could have been taken care of before you closed on the house. Your title insurance policy protects you against those types of things. If a lien were to pop up in the future, that policy would cover that. Now let's slide over to lender's fees. So the lender does require a pest inspection. Now, pest inspection doesn't mean roaches or any other type of pest. Pest inspection from the lender's perspective is a termite inspection, and that is required. And if termites are found, then that needs to be settled before closing. So the termites need to be treated before the lender will pay on that loan. $185 we've got for a survey, and then miscellaneous lender's fees. Now in this case, it's $800. That is relatively low in this day and age. You could probably count on a little bit more. A lot of lenders will charge around $1,500 to originate a loan, but there's lots of programs that they offer to lower that. So it could be $800, but more than likely it'll probably be a little bit more. And I guess it would depend on the size of the loan as well. And then other fees, mortgage tax. And so altogether, we're looking at a fixed cost of $27,2685. You add that to your prepaids, and then as we talked about before, your closing cost is $6,000. Your down payment is $5,250, and then they're going to credit you for the $1,500 that you already paid when you turn in your earnest money. And so the amount of money that you need to bring to closing is around $10,000. And that, ladies and gentlemen, sums up the explanation of why you have to bring $10,000 to closing on a $150,000 house when your realtor or whoever, may have told you, oh, we just have to put 3.5% down. That's just $5,000. Well, yes and no. Yes, you only have to put 3.5% down, and that's $5,000. But don't get that confused with how much you need to bring to closing, because that's going to be a different figure. All right, folks, that's all I've got for you today. If you have any questions, you can either contact me directly. I always put my contact information below, or you can hit me up in the comments and I'll answer questions there as well. So I hope you made it to the end of this video. Talking about closing costs, like I said, it's a pretty dry subject. However, it is very important that you know where your dollar is going. So thank you for your time. Good night.